Here's the thing. I've been making YouTube videos for years now, and I've been making BookTube videos for a while, you could say. But I've never really felt like part of the BookTube community. Like, I've been doing this, but I don't feel like I'm a part of something. And that's not like anything to do with the BookTube community itself. It's like 100% me. I took a bit of a hiatus from YouTube, mainly due to several factors, one of which is like moving, and then also, I don't know, a reading slump that lasted way too long. But I feel like I have pulled myself up out of that, or at least I have the past few weeks. And so I'm kind of feeling like I need to restart my YouTube stuff because I really like making YouTube videos and I really like reading. So I like both of these. BookTube is great for me. So to reintroduce myself to the community, I am doing the BookTube Newbie Tag. Even though I've been making BookTube videos for a while, I never did this tag because I never felt like I was like part of the community, so like, I don't know, it was weird feelings all around, which I am stopping now. Let's just get on with the tag so I can answer all these questions. Number one, why did you start your channel? I have done several things on YouTube, and the first thing that like initially made me start this channel was I used to talk about Japanese idol groups all the time. Don't do that on this channel anymore. And then I kind of transitioned into like study abroad in Japan and living in Japan for like 6 months. And then I transitioned into more like regular vlogging, but then I found myself talking about books a lot. So I decided one day, I was like, am I a booktuber now? So I decided to be a booktuber. It was just kind of like a natural progression, just the things I was more interested in and the things I wanted to talk about more. And it ended up just being books and booktube things. So that's really why I started BookTube, because I like to read and I like to yell about books, if you will. Number two, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to the BookTube community? I do a lot of cosplay, and I feel like I want to bring cosplay more into like my book world, I guess. I did a video a while ago about some like Lunar Chronicles makeup tutorials, and I really enjoyed that, and I want to do more things like that. So I feel like if I kind of get this like book cosplay thing going, then that's something new and kind of unique and fun that I don't see a lot of on YouTube. Also, I really like anime and manga, and specifically shoujo manga, so I feel like I want to talk about that a lot. I already talk about anime a lot, so I think bringing kind of like manga and graphic novels, especially shoujo manga, I don't think is super popular on BookTube. You kind of see the same like really popular ones pop up every once in a while, so I think just like throwing in some manga to my BookTube discussions is a little bit more fun and unique, so that also. Number three, what are you most excited about with this channel? I just want to make friends. I think that's the thing that I'm really most excited about, is just like being part of a community, because like I said before, I've never really been a part of any sort of community before, so I really want to like dedicate the time and the energy to like making some friends and, you know, like being part of this like wonderful nerdy book community. Number four, why do you love reading? So I love reading because of two reasons that are semi-related. One is that I really like being alone. I really like my alone time, and I really appreciate being inside my own space and nobody bothering me. At least the active action of reading is a very solitary activity, and you do it by yourself, and that's what I love. I love to be by myself. And also, I really like the escapism aspect of reading. That's really what I love about reading, is that I can go to a new world with impossible stuff, or I can just learn about a person I would have never met before, that sort of thing. So I just really kind of like escaping from my own like mundane life. That's really why I like fantasy so much, is because it really lets me get out of this place. Number five, what book or series got you into reading? Let me think about that. Yeah, it was Harry Potter. So I think reading Harry Potter when I was 11 was really like the time where I was like, I really need to read every single book. After college, I read The Hunger Games, and that's kind of what started my kind of like obsession with YA. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Currently, my favorite booktubers are Ariel Bissett, as always, and Miss Emma reads a lot, and She Might Be Monica, who I feel like I have mentioned in so many videos so far. Like, I talk about them all the time, and I hope it's not creepy. I feel like the question that I would have for my favorite booktubers is not very specific to booktube and might be a little cringy, but just like, how do I get over this like hump that I'm in? I've had a stagnant subscriber and viewership thing for like I don't know, 3 or 4 years now. I just want to know, like, how do I grow and how do I make this all better and get my view time and my engagement up. That's a really businessy type of question, but it's like the main question I have, because like I like making stuff for myself and like just yelling about things, which is fine, but I really want some growth, and I feel like you get discouraged if you don't see any sort of like change or growth type of thing, or at least I do. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think are gonna be like the hardest to get over? And I think related to that last question is just like growing and like engagement type thing, because you might look at that subscriber number that I have and be like, wow, she has like a pretty like good number of subscribers, but if you look at the views and the engagement of all of my videos, I'm like, where are all those people? I think just growing is gonna be the hardest challenge, and it is my hardest challenge on YouTube, so I'm actively trying to figure out how I am going to change that, and the garage is opening. Number 8 is, when did you start reading? And I have always been reading. Like, I have always been a book person. I remember going to the library and doing like summer reading challenges every summer in elementary school, and like just always getting books from the library. Just reading has always been like a huge part of my life, so just like forever. Number 9 is, where do you read? And I read everywhere. So I'll read at work, because sometimes I have a lot of downtime at work, so I just film the time with reading. I also read in the car via audiobook, and I also read at home, and the places I like to read most at home are on the couch or in my bed, and number 1 favorite spot to read is in my bed because I like being comfy. Number 10 is, what kind of books do you read? So mostly I read YA fantasy. That is my favorite genre. It fills me with so much happiness. I love me some YA fantasy. I also like adult fantasy. Sometimes I read contemporary books, mainly in the YA genre, and I read a lot of manga and graphic novels also. I just really love magic. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more bookish and nerdy content from me. That's all I've got for you guys today. I'm Chrissy Lou. Till next time, matane!